Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to Slappy's Garage. On this episode, I'm going to show you 3 things that will save you thousands when you get your first motorcycle. It doesn't matter if you have a big bike like the Donna or a small little moped, these things will save you money in the long run on maintenance and repairs. Now, for the most important thing that I think you should get when you first get a motorcycle will be one of these. An owner's manual, repair manual, but this will teach you how to work on the bike without knowing prior. I had a real life scenario. I have a 1986 sports car I bought a while ago and was leaking out the head gasket. I didn't have the internet at the time in my garage. So what I do? I opened to a current page, found what I needed to learn, and I taught myself how to do a head gasket through a book. You can do it too. Now there's a lot of scary things you might not want to do, or you need specialty tools. You can work up to that. But doing simple tasks on a bike, like taking a wheel off, putting it back on, knowing the right process to do it, is all taught in this book.
You can also just do a Google search and find the owner's manual for 80% of the bikes I've owned. I don't know about you, but some of the older bikes and less common bikes are harder to find. Or you can try a YouTube video, but the same situation. The less common the bike is, the harder it is to find a video on what you are doing.
You bought an owner's manual, you're well equipped. Now the second most important thing are the tools you're going to use to work on it. If you have a friend with tools, it's always good to have your own tools. If you have them already, you're ahead of the game. But for somebody who's just getting started, a toolkit like this or this is more than enough. Now, something like this is a little smaller. You're not going to get all the bolts you need off. It's good if you have it, but I recommend having something a little bigger so you can take your axle off without a struggle, or any of the bigger bolts, because this doesn't have deep sockets, so it's not really as useful as something with a little more tools.
So all I'm saying is you don't need a full tool chest like this. You just need the tool kit and maybe a torque wrench or some specialty tools depending on what you plan on doing on the bike. But it's a good start and everyone should have it when they first get their motorcycle.
Okay guys, you got the owner's manual, so now you can learn what to do. You have the tools so you can try and do it. But now, your bike's heavy. You have 2 wheels. You can't really balance it on a normal car jack. You get a jack like this, and it's going to treat you wonderful. You can get different style jacks for different motorcycles, like a Supermoto can use a dirt bike stand. If you have that, that works great. I use this for my dirt bike. I use this for my Harley. I use this for my vintage bikes. I use this for a little Grom. This thing has been the best thing for me to use because it's so universal for every bike I've ever owned, and it's saved me a lot of money from trying to bring it to a dealer. Say one time it's going to cost you $500. Tools and a lift and a manual can cost you only $500 or less. So right there alone, one service thing or one repair, if you do that yourself, you've already made your money back, and now you're saving from there on out. You're learning about your bike, and you're going to know what's wrong with it if you ever have that problem again, where maybe you can fix it on the side of the road if you have to. But none of this is possible if you don't try.
For show, I'm just showing you this bike is bare bones, frame and motor, so I can work on it more comfortably off the jack than if it was on the ground.
Questions down my description. I'll show you some items that I might suggest to you guys. If you like this content, go down, like and subscribe, and go down and comment if you think I missed anything from a mechanical standpoint. This is for a person who just got their bike and they want to save money in the long run. I'm not talking about protection. I'm not talking about foam mats or anything like that. I'm talking about how to save yourself money in the future of owning your motorcycle.